Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a moment for the ages. In the very heart of New York City, the grand chessboard has become an arena of epic proportions. On one side, Garry Kasparov, the reigning world champion, a man whose mind has redefined the boundaries of human intellect, known for his fierce determination and unmatched strategic prowess. And on the other side, a machine, IBM's Deep Blue, an artificial intelligence designed and built to test the very limits of human cognition in the game of chess. For hours, they have battled move for move, strategy against strategy, like gladiators locked in a relentless duel. Kasparov, with a slight frown, eyes darting, contemplating his next move, weighing every possible permutation. And yet, Deep Blue remains calm, composed, an unyielding fortress of cold, calculated precision. And now, here we are. The tension in the room is electric. Deep Blue makes its move, bishop to e5. It's a stunning play, a move that will be remembered in the annals of chess history. Kasparov's hand hovers over the board, his eyes widen in realization. His face shows a flash of concern, of disbelief. Could this be it? Could this be the endgame? Yes. Yes. Garry Kasparov reaches for his king, he hesitates, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. He tips his king over, conceding the match. Deep Blue has done it. The crowd erupts into applause, the room is abuzz with astonishment. The first time in history a computer has defeated a reigning world champion in a chess match under standard chess tournament time controls. This is more than a victory for Deep Blue, this is a seismic shift, a paradigm change in the relationship between man and machine. A match that has proven that artificial intelligence can compete, and even surpass, the pinnacle of human cognitive ability in chess. Kasparov looks on, perhaps in disbelief, perhaps in respect. He knows that today, history has been made. Today, the world has changed forever. What a moment. What a match. Remember this day, folks. May 11, 1997, the day when Deep Blue defeated Garry Kasparov, and the world saw the dawn of a new era.
May 11th, 1997 introduction in here for a very specific reason. And that reason is, to me, we are essentially in May 11th, 1997 today. That's where we are, but on a much broader scale. So that period of time, that specific date, was the first time when an AI model surpassed human intelligence in a specific activity. Today, September 12th, 2024, is the day where we have surpassed human intelligence and human level intelligence on multiple level benchmarks, specifically PhD level benchmarks with regards towards math, chemistry, physics, and biology. And within this, to me, why I'm making this video is it's important to highlight and this discussion and take a look at what this means kind of for the future, right? I think that this is a reflection moment exactly as it was in May 11th, 1997. And then we can take a look at what has happened from chess during that time and take a look forward. So first of all, let's take a look through this and firm this up, right? So this is from OpenAI and their release of their GPT-o1 model. And these are their benchmarks and their evaluations. And then so we can see here in math, coding, science, across the board, it's chemistry, physics, biology, and law, public relations, economics, formal logic, calculus, the LSAT, physics, English language is actually the lowest. But so calculus, AP chemistry, the SAT, etc. The SAT especially, it is blowing out human levels of ability within this. Within college level math, you can see it benchmarks up to 98.1%. So it will beat every PhD level mathematician that possibly exists on Earth. So within that, there's certain things within that, right? And I think like the big thing that people are going to knock within that is, well, if it can't count to three, but it'll be these PhD level mathematicians, or it can't even beat Deep Blue in chess up front, right? And then, but the thing is, it's like it's not even trained on these things whatsoever, right? These aren't the things that it's being trained to perform on. If you fine tune it on chess, I guarantee you it's going to beat Deep Blue. If you give it like an even playing field in that instance, and then, but so one is that argument. Two, the second argument within that is I think that it's detracting from all of this. Like it's taking it, pointing out a negative doesn't disprove any of this, right? Okay, it can't count to three, but it's going to score better than 95% of people on the LSAT exam. Like, it doesn't matter to me that it can't count to three at that instance if I need it for the LSAT, you know? And so that's where we need to be looking at these things and how we should be looking at these benchmarks. And then so within that, it brings up this larger question of where does society go from here and what does that look like? And then to me, the best example and the best framing that we have for this is chess and the evolution of chess since May 11th, 1997. And within that, we see really two distinct tracks of chess. We have AI chess and human chess, and they're both thriving, and they both have thriving communities. AI chess is a active and involved sport, if you will, and it's the sport within it is training and fine-tuning the best models, and then so you put the best models head to head, right? And then there's prestige in being able to put out the stockfish model with the highest elo. And being able to do that, right? There's a skill set that is involved within that has evolved. And then on the human side, we still have, competitions between like Magnus Carlsen and Hans and other like high level matches. And I'm not even into chess on any level, but I know still these chess professionals and these human chess professionals, right? And it's the human aspect of professional chess has not gone away. And what we have seen, and it's important within this, is massive amounts of regulation within chess, right? We haven't seen people saying like, oh, we should just let anyone use an iPhone that they want. It's the exact opposite, massive crackdowns, right? And it's important to have that regulation, because when you have a disparity between two, whether it be like genders, no matter what it is, right? When there's a disparity, it's important to keep that distinction and to keep it pure. And then so within regulations and regulating these things, I think that we'll see a lot more turn towards regulations, towards keeping this pure human element, right? Like I think like a lot of these laggards and people that are against AI and like this whole backlash against AI, I think it's going to, we'll see it formalize more as like we did with chess towards more like humanist movements, right? And then so we've seen since 1997, we've seen the evolution of like blitz chess and different aspects that have challenged human areas and human aspects of chess in different ways. Like Magnus Carlsen is a product of post 1997, flat out, right? He's a 100% trained in the age of where AI was number one, and so like he from an early age was trained on blitz chess, right? Like he would annihilate. Like if it was Magnus Carlsen versus Kasparov in blitz chess, there'd be no contest whatsoever. It'd be complete annihilation. And within that, what we've seen is that the game has changed. There's been a shift in focus and a shift in priorities and a shift in prioritization, all as a result of what has come out of this, right? We haven't seen a loss of humanity. And that's the big argument that people make and people fight against within this, right? Like, where is humanity going to be within this? How is humanity going to like sustain within this? Where is humanity within chess? How does humanity sustain within chess? It's the same exact argument. The humanity is within the humanity, within the human elements, right? It's still human element to compete. And then within that, like framing it as a bottom line, right? Like in any of these metrics, calculus, law, etc. To me, just flat out, it's one thing if ChatGPT can beat me on these things, but it's a different thing if my neighbor can beat me on these things, right? Like if I can beat my neighbor, it's still that competitive human spirit still exists. That's the human element, right? And so within that, that never goes away. And as long as we foster the human element, it will only grow from here. I think so. Where are we at within all of this? We're in that reflection period of May 11th, 1997. We now have to recognize and realize that we exist in a world where this is true, where the model can beat humanity on the LSAT, on calculus, on chemistry, on economics, on formal logic, on college mathematics, etc. And that within that, how do we operate within that? And what exactly does it still mean to be human within that? And what are the human elements of that? And there's a lot of growth still to have and to be had within that. There's Magnus Carlsen's that will be developed in each of these subjects that aren't born yet, that wouldn't be born as a result of this, just like we've seen in the chess world. And then so to me, this is a great time for opportunity as opposed to loss when it comes to these things. And there's two ways to frame it. It's frame it as being down about it, and that's the end, or it's a new frontier and a new road. And I choose the frontier. And so if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.